Okay.
Hello, welcome to Mary Missy Shirt. You said it's a donkey.
Make a donkey, and what else are we going to make?
And palms and how it
We've just done a few crafts that we thought we'd like to show you to do for Palm Sunday. What are we making, Talitha? What are these called?
Don't know.
Yes, you do.
Palms.
Palms. We're going to make some palms. Can you wave it? For today. So we thought we'd use things that you can make at home. We're going to make two crafts and then have the story. So first of all, we're going to make our palms. So what you need is, if you've got some green paper, that would be good, or some green pens, or and some sticks and some sellotape. So we didn't have any green paper, so we did our own green paper, didn't we?
Yeah.
We painted it yesterday, so we've left it to dry, and then we cut out some hands from it. So we drew round Talitha's hand, and then I did a cardboard cutout, so then we went round lots of little hands. So here I've got 4 hands of Talitha's from a piece of paper. And we're going to stick them all on a stick, aren't we? And make it work. So I've got some nollie sticks at home, but you might have to find some sticks as you go on your daily walk to make these palms. So what I'll do is, can I have the hands back? Thank you. You take this palm. So I fanned 2 bottom ones out. And then I stuck it with a piece of tape. And then I fanned 2 top ones out.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, it's very good fan, isn't it? And I stuck them with a piece of tape. So you've got 2 things, and then I stuck them all together. Again, with a bit of tape there. Now you need to put a little bit of tape in the middle, because they don't really, so between the 2 lots of hands.
Can I help too?
Yes, please. And stick it down there.
No,
Stick it all together. And then if you put one stick in the middle at the top, then it helps to keep it nice and straight. So we'll stick that down.
No, can I help too?
Yeah, can you stick this down for me then? With this one, stick it. Oh, lovely, thank you.
You don't help me.
The second stick, can I have the second stick? Thank you. And put it just underneath the first one. And stick that down as well. So it's all nice and secure at the back, like that. So you've got 2 sticks on the back of your hands. And there you go, a homemade palm.
Oh.
Uh-oh. Woohoo!
They can fly.
And our second craft is we're going to make, look at that, a donkey.
I wanted the donkey.
There you go, you can have it. So this one is even easier than the palm one. So above this video there'll be a link to a page on Pinterest which you can print out. So there we go, you can print out the donkey shape. If you feel particularly artistic, you could draw the donkey shape. So all you need for this one is this piece of paper and the print out, or if you want to draw your own donkey, then you can do that. Some colouring pens and some pegs. The only pegs that we have in our house are, oh, don't rip the donkey, are these decorative pretty pegs. If you've got some normal pegs that work for the donkey's feet, then they might be better, but you know, who knows what kind of pegs, what kind of legs the donkey had that Jesus went into Jerusalem on. So if you get your donkey and you colour him in, so Talitha's done some colouring in here, and then if you cut him out, your little donkey out, and you grab your pegs, and can I just have that really quickly? And then you pop your pegs, once you've cut him out, you pop your pegs on the bottom. So cut out your donkey, your legless donkey, and one second, sweet. I'm just going to put the legs back on, and you put 1 peg, 2 pegs, and you've made the donkey that took Jesus into Jerusalem. I hope you enjoyed making the crafts as much as me and Talitha did. We had a really good time, and I hope you can wave your palms and use your donkey to walk along as I tell you the story of Palm Sunday. This week the story doesn't have any pictures, so you'll just have to close your eyes and use your imagination, or use the crafts that we've just made, and the promise that the story on later on this week on Good Friday will have pictures for you to see. So the story of Palm Sunday. Rebecca and Simon were helping their mother to unpack the special food that she'd bought at the market ready for Passover. The fruits and the nuts smelt delicious, and the children could hardly wait for their feast on Thursday. Suddenly, their dad stood up and hurried to the window. "What are those men doing with our donkey?" he said. Flinging open the door, he yelled out to the people outside. Who said you could untie that animal? Bring it back here right now." Rebecca could just about hear their reply. "It's all right, the Lord needs it. You'll have your donkey back by the end of the day." "The Lord? You mean Jesus of Nazareth? He's in town again?" "Yep, he'll be in Jerusalem for the Passover. He's going to be there now, just to have a look around." "Well, okay, you can take the donkey, but tell Jesus to be gentle with her. She's never been ridden before." "Can you imagine Jesus doing her any harm?" laughed the disciple. Rebecca and Simon looked at each other. They'd heard amazing stories about Jesus of Nazareth, but they'd never seen him for real. "Can we go?" Simon asked breathlessly. "What, with the donkey?" said their mother. "Well, yeah, I suppose so. I mean, if we're going to trust Jesus with our donkey, then we might as well trust him with you too. Hurry up, quick, they'll be gone." So the children skipped out of the house and ran to catch up with the two men. It was a bit of a walk up to the hill where they'd gone, and Jesus himself was waiting at the top there on the Mount of Olives. Simon and Rebecca hung back when they saw him, feeling a bit shy. But Jesus said, "Oh, you've brought some friends with you, Philip." And Jesus held out his hands to the children. Before long, the children felt as if they'd known Jesus forever. They watched as Jesus stroked their donkey's head and sat very carefully on her back. Then the whole party, Jesus on the donkey and his 12 disciples, Simon and Rebecca, set off down the hill towards Jerusalem. As they walked the little stony road, more children caught a sight of the procession and ran to join in, and a few grown-ups came over too to see what the children were doing. When they saw Jesus, they joined the group too. By the time they reached the valley and started climbing another hill, crowds of people were gathering either side of Jesus and the donkey. Suddenly, Simon heard someone call out, "The prophecy! Remember the prophecy, our king is coming to us, riding on a donkey. He is the son of David." At once, a great shout went up, "Hosanna to the son of David! Hosanna to the King of Kings!" People reached up to the tall palms lining the side of the road, and they tore down whole branches, waving them in the air as they sang praises to God. Others took off their coats and threw them on the ground to make a soft carpet for the little donkey to walk on. And everyone was dancing and cheering. Rebecca loved parties, and she didn't want this one to ever end. But suddenly she looked up, and she gasped as she caught a first sight of the great city of Jerusalem, with its whitewashed buildings shining in the sunlight. "Wow! I never realised how beautiful it was," she whispered. At last, they were at the gate to the city. Jesus climbed down from the donkey and handed her back to Simon. "Thank your parents for lending her to me," he said. Rebecca pulled on his sleeve. "Are you really going to be our king?" she asked. Jesus put his hand on her head and smiled. "One day, very soon," he said. And he went off and walked through the gate into the jostling crowd of people. And that's our story of Palm Sunday, of Jesus going into Jerusalem on the back of the donkey. I hope you enjoyed our story and our crafts. We'll do another mini Messy Church on Good Friday. At this time it will be up at about 10 o'clock, this time with 3 crafts and the story of the Easter weekend too. So I hope you've enjoyed it. Leave any comments or any pictures of your crafts in the comments underneath. We'd love to see them. Thank you for joining us. See you next week.